to everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pixcast. Just want to say I appreciate everyone watching the last episode. Appreciate the feedback. Everyone was, hitting me up and letting me know everyone liked the podcast, and obviously you were in it, so we did a good job. I know it was your first time, so appreciate your efforts, because I know it's pretty nervous at first. It's okay, but just want to let people know, just everyone was kind of talking about it, and I was like, hey, this and that. And, so first of all, how you doing?
Pretty good. Just a little bit nervous still, but I'm okay. Compared to last time, little ease.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so
easier.
What did you think about, because obviously I put it out. What were your thoughts on the podcast?
I mean, it was like nerve-wracking, but then when as time goes on, it's not as bad. But I mean, I just seeing all the feedback and, just people interacting with you and everything. It's been good seeing it, people wanting to come on here. And
I was we were talking about the other day, we're like, it's on the For You page, and you had a couple of your friends and families were like, they're scrolling down, and then they're like, hey, they saw mine, but I don't think they know me. So then they saw you pop up. So they're like, hey, that's you, and you're telling me like, hey, my I don't know, your friend didn't know it was even you on there. Like, what the heck? What are you doing?
And I was like, I didn't expect them to tell me anything like that. Like, you're on that podcast or whatever. Like, I didn't think. I mean, I knew that they were probably talking about yours, but I'm like,
well, I mean, you're the.
Yeah, no, but it's just like, I didn't expect them to say anything about me or even see me on there. You know,
it was kind of cool. I was reading the comments, and people were really motivated about the weight loss.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how you lost weight, and just for myself as well. Everyone was kind of motivated. When I posted it, one of my friends, David, he commented saying it motivated him to go to the gym. And then my other friend on there was listening to it, and he was telling me like a good podcast. He even texted me, so shout out to him. So just a lot of people just in general were kind of just letting me know it was a good podcast. And for me, that's really cool, because it was our first episode. Or usually, I did mine alone, but with someone. So to hear the feedback, and it really means a lot. I know it's nothing crazy, but it really means a lot to kind of hear people's perspective and the feedback. And even when you're saying that people got on the For You page, and it's cool to see that it's growing. Obviously, it's not about, the money or anything. It's about just growth and to help people. I think we did just that when we're talking about real life stuff. So that being said, it's still kind of our nervous for. I'm still nervous, obviously. I don't. No one thinks it's never easy to record on camera or talking to a microphone. And what we said, just do it. And
and it's good that people relate to these things. They get it at the right time that they need it. Like how people in your comment section were saying this happened to them.
A lot of people were when I put Roxy down, people really related to that, and a lot of people were commenting and liking the video, and that's kind of cool. So even when I posted it, because obviously with music, I was like, man, it's
all sad.
It's sad,
but
man.
I mean, it is
sad, right? But obviously now it's been about 2 weeks, and I'm a little better. Obviously, I'm better now for sure.
It's like, how are you feeling?
I'm good now. Yeah, I'm good. I think during that, I think I put her down the next day. The next day I did the podcast, so it was fresh, obviously. But just to hear everyone's feedback, and love your puppies and your dogs right now, because later on they might not be here. So shout out to my dogs, Jetta and Daisy. I love them a lot. So I know you have
Gizmo, my baby.
Yeah, he's a pit bull, right?
Yeah, he's old. He doesn't have teeth. Oh, 11, I think.
He doesn't have teeth at all?
No, he doesn't have teeth.
You said because he
can't walk.
Well, sorry about the teeth thing.
Why? Oh my.
No, because you told me that he drinks bleach water.
He drank the pool water.
That's why he lost his teeth.
And then food.
And he said he doesn't want to drink his regular water?
No, he likes pool water.
Yeah, he's a sick dog. Not like that, but
he still drinks regular water. Yeah.
Well, shout out to Gizmo for still rocking and being here. Yeah. So that being said, guys, just appreciate all the feedback, and shout out to Victoria for coming back to the show. This is episode dose, and like I said, we're trying to do this weekly. Obviously life is tough, and things happen in life, and it's kind of a topic we're going to talk about is what is life, what's it about. And I think for me, getting details about it, and I just want people to, I think we skip it a lot because we're born, it's kind of like you live it through it, but do people actually sit there and think about what is life, what is it? For me, I always think about that. Even that's why I do in these podcasts. I just want to talk about it, right? So I guess this episode for you, what is life for you? What do you think is impactful in your life? You kind of live through it, go through it daily. I know we're talking about this on the phone about it, and now kind of bringing it to the show. So like, like what do you think life is about?
I think it's just about like the highs, the lows. I mean, lessons that you have to go through, or obstacles that you have to go through to get where you want to be, and just lessons, pretty much stepping stones you have to take, doing things you don't want to do, or even appreciating your family and stuff like that, little moments,
friends, family, like
your
feeling, I think
mental wise,
like you're saying, like I think all that's true. And I mean, a lot of questions we all probably ask each other, like, why are we even here, right? Like, what are the odds, like, we're here? For me, we all have a purpose here. I think we're not just born out of, luck. I think God has a plan. I think everyone is planned to be here and either to be good, and it's your choice to be bad, right? But, if someone's hearing this, we're here for a reason, and I don't take it for granted. I think every day there's a new opportunity in life to do something bigger and better, to help someone, to help others who can't. I think for me, that's the main goal, is just to help others who can't do it. Someone can't walk, help them. If someone can't talk, speak for them. If someone can't do something, do it for them, because you can. And I think I kind of ask myself all the time, like, why am I here? Like, do you ever ask yourself that?
Yeah, I ask myself all the time, and I still don't really know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, as life goes on,
Yeah, I know a lot. I mean, a lot of people go through heartbreak, stress. Some people are like happy, and that, like, everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone has a heartbreak from either losing a partner or a family member, or even anything. Heartbreak can be, you can lose a car,
dog.
So, I think it's everywhere in life. But I think for me, it's just, you can't stay sad about it. You got to keep growing and keep moving on, because that's
what is that gonna do for you?
Nothing. You're just gonna, it's either you sit there, and this is my famous quote I always tell everyone out, and my job, I always tell these to the patients. I'm like, the sun, it comes up and the moon comes down. It doesn't stop for you at all. So you can sit there in that room, you can literally see the sun come up, sun come down. It'll keep cycling, and it won't stop for you. The sun's not gonna be like, oh, hold up, let me wait for him. Yeah, he's done crying. Let's come back. Let the moon come out. No, sun and moon they're not gonna say that for you. They're gonna keep rotating, and life's gonna move on. And that's the same thing. You have to see it in perspective, and everything. Life is gonna move on for you. So that's like, everyone always asks each other, it's just like, what is life about? And it's just, it's crazy to, I don't know. I've never really talked about it. I mean, we've talked about it. Like, I've talked about it with friends and family, but to actually do it on the show now, on the Pixcast show here, it's kind of, like I said, when the last episode, people were actually relating to the weight loss. So, hopefully people can relate to us today about life and kind of what we're talking about,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just like you said, like, what are you cherishing right now, like at home or just out of your life right now? I know you're at the gym and stuff, but what are you cherishing for yourself right now? Like, taking in,
Like, again, my family,
Yeah.
I do that every single day. Even just being with my dog this morning, I was like, oh, this is something that's not going to be here forever. I got to, like we were talking about in the last podcast and everything, they just got to not take those things for granted.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like you say, every day I cherish my dogs. Funny story. I woke up today and Daisy was gone. I was like, what the? She sleeps with me, and I'm like, what the heck she going? Jetta was like at the window, and I'm like, what's Jetta's doing? I'm looking around, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, where the heck did Daisy go? It's like 6 a.m. How could she be gone? Now that I know, my brother sends me a video of her in the car going somewhere, and they're going out, and he went to get my cousin, take him to the airport, and she was in the seat just chilling. And then I'm like, what the Daisy? What you just? And then she sent a video, and she's freaking having a pub cup at Clutch Coffee.
Wow!
Shout out to Clutch.
That place is good.
That place is good. It's in IE, and
they have one near my house in like
Rialto area, right?
Yeah. Well, like yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Montana.
Just her to be gone and then come back. I really cherish her to be back. I was, because I thought I don't know. I mean, what do you know? I don't know, because she doesn't go out. Like, obviously I take her out, but she was gone. I was like, what the? So for her to be back home today and seeing her, just like you said, cherish those small things, because I think that's what makes life. Those little memories you make, and then those are on forever. And I have the video, obviously. And she's just, her hair is blowing.
Oh yeah.
Beyonce.
When you posted.
Yeah.
That's
cute. Yeah. Her hair's just flowing. It's funny, man. So I think whatever life isn't perfect. It's a straight path, but it's messy as well.
Yeah.
So like for you, it's it's been a weight loss journey. You know, it's been growing up with the problem you had of struggling to lose weight. So I think that comes into play with like, what is life about, right? Yeah. For you, it's kind of
those are the downs that you
right.
have.
Those
in
are the
your
downs
life.
for you. You're having that, and that's what life is, right? Like you said, you want to get married someday. You want to have kids. Like touch base on like that. That's important to you, obviously, is to have a family someday. I think we all want a family. I do, and I think like for being in your 20s, do you think you have like everything figured out right now, or is it like
no?
How would
I
you?
do not.
What would you tell someone right now if they're 24 and like 25 or something like that? Like it's kind of like, how do you even tell someone like, hey, it's nowhere near to figuring it out?
Yeah, no, it's not, because like even in high school they like teach you like, or will tell you you have to go to college, you have to do this and stuff like that. It's not going to be the same for everyone. Everyone's financial situation is different with, or their parents or whatever. You know, like it's all going to be different. You're not going to have your life figured out right then and there, you know? I'm 24 and, you know, I feel like I do the same things every single day.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anywhere. I think everyone has that in their life. Like they think, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm not going to do that.
I think for the majority of people feel that way.
Yeah.
I think anyone who's watching this or going to work right now as we speak are probably thinking like the same thing. Like, man, I'm 24, 25, 26, 27. I have nothing going for my life. But I mean, it could say it's true, but necessarily not true, because I think if you have a job, we go for that job. I know it might be not be the best job. You might hate it. I don't think no one likes to go to work. You know, if this would be my job every day, I would love it. I would talk all day, bro. Like, you know, no doubt. But, you know, unfortunately, we have real life stuff. We all work. We all have a 9 to 5. I mean, unless you're an entrepreneur and you have a good business, congrats. But the majority of people don't. And that's just reality of life. You know, I think we're all stuck in traffic, listening to the radio, watching something while we drive. Everyone goes in the morning to get coffee. That's kind of lines up their mood, right? And I think going back to being 20, 21 or up, 24, I don't think a lot of people have it figured out.
Yeah.
Like you said, financial too, like living with parents. Let's be honest. A lot of us do.
Yeah.
I do, you know?
I do. I go back and forth with my dad and mom still.
You're lucky because you have 2 parents, you know. Your dad go here, good mom here. I don't even got a dad myself. So, you know, he's...
that's not funny, but
it's not funny, but yeah, shout out, you know. My dad went to get some milk. Special milk. It's got to be that good milk because he haven't came back.
Yes, sir.
So shout out to my dad. I think he's stuck at the grocery store.
Probably expired right now.
And I think he's stuck at the grocery store still. I think he's still trying to find it. It must be like in a top shelf.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think he's been trying to find a ladder for a long time. But, you know, going back to, you know, you got to make it laugh a little bit for people. You can't be too serious because life isn't about being serious. Going back to what's life. Life is about laughter, smiling, sadness, lonely, you know, sad. You know, that's what life's about.
You got to make it fun. Make it.
But I mean, like, you know, before I cut you off, I know I had to like put that in there, but still, like, that's what life's about. Yeah. So going back to you were saying, like, financially, like we live with our parents, so obviously I do. You know, I take care of my mom. That can be a whole another thing to talk about too. Is like some people take care of their moms, take care of their parents.
Yeah,
I do. You know, the people out there who relate to that can relate to what it is to work, job, take care of their parents. It's hard, man. It's a lot of stress. So, you know, when people think that they have nothing going for themselves, like, for example, for me, it's like taking care of my mom.
Because that's not your main focus. Like, your focus is on your family and everything. Like, you know, you're not thinking, what can I do for myself? You're thinking about them.
Right.
You know?
And that's what I think. That's why I talk about what's life. It's like people think it's about, you know, social media posting here, going here, bro. But like we have a life. Like people have lives out there. Like, deeper than what people think, you know. Like I said, for me, taking care of my mom, whether she's ill or not, you have to take care of her, pay the bills. It's tough doing the podcast stuff because then you have to make time for this, but still after. The people who know about taking care of parents, and if your parents are healthy and can walk and work, you know,
be grateful for that, man. Not a
lot of people have that, man, and a lot of people don't really talk about that. A lot of people might not even mention, I'm 25, 26. I've been taking care of my mom for this long, and they don't know the struggle or how hard it is to kind of become a man, as man, you know, for all the men's out there who become, or even the women might be taking care of their parents too. That's just life, you know. It's tough. So, you know, it'd be nice to have it all figured out, but for me, it's like I think for me doing the podcast, YouTube, videos and photography. You know, that's me trying.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would want that to be something to happen one day, but I know it's tough. We all have a life.
But at least, and that's why going back to your other podcast, at least you started something. You know, even at a young age, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about like having fun. You know, like having fun, or what are you gonna like for? You're not thinking about getting a job or anything like that. I mean, that's just a part of life. That's, you know, you're gonna want to chill after high school. Maybe some want to actually want to go to college, and it's not going to be the same for everyone.
Well, I just think it's just real stuff, you know, like we say on this podcast and episodes and the shows. It's just real talk. Like, people who watch this, I just want them to relate to it's real, you know, whether it's, you know, we're all going to lose weight, gain weight, going to feel insecure, we're going to feel good sometimes, we're gonna feel, but it's real life, and that's the goal for this podcast and anything, is just to be real with people, because I never want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want to lie to anyone. Like, you watch TV shows, episodes where they just kind of lie, you know. YouTubers out there who kind of lie about things. I'm not saying if they all do, but for me, that's nothing's gonna change that. For me, is to really be blunt to people, and I think that's what the show is about. It's you got to be just honest and to people, you know. Like I said, it's going back to not knowing what you can't figure it out at the 20s, even at these. A lot of people don't have it figured out at 30s. I know a lot of my friends that are 30 and still not knowing what to do. And that's okay. Like, as long as you're trying every day to find something, then you'll be okay. But don't stay.
You gotta change too. Like, from, you know, your past self, you know, you gotta, that's a part of life too. You gotta do something. You don't want to be in that habit to the same place you were yesterday. You know? It's all about growth and changing and adapting to other things in life. So, you know, but I mean, for me, the main focus of life is to help others, you know, love your family, you know, value yourself, respect others if they respect you, and help others who can't. And those are my main focuses in my life. And that's what life is about for me, you know, and there's no other way to put it into perspective. To really, I think the main thing is just, if you're healthy and you can do things and have opportunities, you know, make them count. You know, same thing with, you know, starting something. Start it, make it count. Don't be scared to fail. Same thing, like, be scared of change.
Don't be scared of anything like that. Just make it happen. I think that's what really life is about for me. You know, like you said, cherish those moments. Appreciate what you got now. You know, value everything. That all comes to play about what life is about, you know. And I think if anyone out there's listening, just know that, you know, if you're today having a bad day or struggling with anything, just know it's possible to get out of it or to be better, you know. Like, make a change. You know, it could be today, right now, listening to this. Change the mindset, you know, kind of do something with your life, you know. Don't be stuck and feel sorry for yourself, because people out there, no one feels sorry for you. You're on your own. Your biggest enemy is yourself in that mirror, and you have to understand that. Once you overcome that person in that mirror, you can do anything. And if you have to cut things out of your life to make it better, then that's what you should do. I mean, I know you want these people in your life, or, you know, little things in your life that make you happy, but sometimes it's just not good for you. Yeah. Do you have an example of like something like that? Well, I know, like, before, alcohol and stuff. Well, I would just do alcohol, but like things like that would get in the way. I think it changed because I haven't drank in like 2 years, maybe. I think it's been like 2 years. Being sober, I mean, that's good. It wasn't healthy. I never liked it. I just did it because people were around me. Right. You know, and I think that's a bad habit that I had before. I would just, someone did this, so I'm going to do it too. You know, you can't do that. It's your life, you know. If you want the change, you do it for yourself. Yeah. And I mean, it did help me a lot. That was something that was in my way. Yeah. To get where I want now, you know. I mean, I see that a lot as well. Like, you know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, you know, I never have, so I'm pretty proud of myself on that. But, you know, I went, you know, when I first met you, you know, you were talking about that, and, you know, I had a conversation with my friend Robert today on the phone, actually. So if Robert's watching this, shout out to Robert. He was telling me, because he stopped drinking. Proud of him. Good job, he told me that none of his friends, or what he thought were friends, have hit him up in 3 weeks. But they've only hit him up when they want to drink or smoke. And now he's starting to learn, like, what his friends are. And I told him, like, man, friends are people who motivate you, who are there for you, who tell you real stuff really bluntly and want good for you, you know? And I think people who only want you to drink, smoke, and party, those aren't friends. Those are people who just want to do things with you because of that certain stuff. And you had that, you know, people just hit you up. They can use you
just
for those
for
things,
parties,
just for parties, or hey, come here and drink some beer. And then like when you're actually going through something, where did it be found? You know, I think for me, I don't have a bunch of friends like that, but the people I have met in my life, you know, they've been really supportive for what I do, and that's really cool to see for me. Because like I've never met, I have friends who drink or smoke, so they're actually there for me like that. So you know,
and that's sort of for me too. I'm just like, now that I've cut a lot of people out of my life, I have people that support me. Like when I know that they do drink still and everything, you know, but they know that I don't, and they respect that. You know, you have to have people that want to support you in that way. I mean, even last time, one of my old friends, they had hit me up just for my house because they're like, I was like, oh, I don't drink whatever anymore, and then they're like, oh, can we at least use your house to party and whatever? I'm like, why would you even ask that? I just told you I don't drink. But I just stopped talking to them completely. I'm like, realize those moments like, hey, this person's not supposed to be in your life. Like they're not gonna be.
And I'm glad you noticed that. Like a lot of people probably get stuck in that. They don't know who their real friends are, and same thing. What life is about is kind of cutting those people off that are not healthy for you. It could be relationship, can be friends, even family too. Some family might be toxic.
Someone that's negative towards you.
You know, negative. You know, you want people to support you and your goals. You know, you don't want people to come on here and you know, if anyone, I'm not judging anyone for drinking or anything. That's up to your life, man. You know, that's not me though. And you know, if anyone is struggling with alcohol or anything like that, you know, weed or anything really, just know you don't need it to be a better person or to forget things. Because I promise you this, you drink that bottle of beer, you wake up drunk the next day, all your problems will still be there. When you do it sober, that's when it becomes real, because you really, it's just your own thoughts, it's your mindset that really has to fight that, because you don't have any alcohol in your system to
the alcohol is just being used to
just use, bro. Like, and people don't want to admit it, but it's true. Like, you drink to forget. Some people drink to forget things. You're stressed, right? You drink or you do this, right? It's like, try doing it sober with no alcohol, no nothing. That's tough right there. And the people who, you know, who don't, you know, and you know, there's casually you can drink. You can drink casually. I'm not hating. That's fine with me. I don't mind or whatever. You can drink to a certain extent. It's when you get drunk is I feel like you're abusing it. You know, that's with anything though. Money, you know, anything, you can abuse that. So.
Because it doesn't make you feel good. I'm telling you, like, even getting drunk and stuff, you get those hangovers and you're like, why did I even do that? You get to that and like, that's not needed in your life. You'll feel so much better without it. Like, not saying you shouldn't, like, you don't have to.
But. You know, it's your life. You do what you got to do. But, you know, for me, that's just the advice I would give to someone, right? Because I would always say, don't tell people don't drink, you know. That's just how it is for me. I've always tried to motivate others not to drink or any alcohol, just because I don't like it. But it doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just the fact that's just the way I see it, you know. I mean, man, people might have had maybe alcoholic dads or moms who've left, you know. For me, my dad was an alcoholic. He left alcohol. I don't know how he's doing now. Last thing I heard, he was doing good, you know, not so proud of him for that. But just in general, man, people that can affect other people's lives too, if their dad or they're around it too, you know. So maybe they're struggling with that.
And with my brother, I was telling you, my brother, he's still in rehab right now. And everything.
You're saying
we see him and stuff like that, but it's like you had to use alcohol as an excuse.
And I mean, I'm sure that opens your life up too, like your mind, like, oh my gosh, like I don't need to do this, because then you see, you know, I'm not your brother, I'm sure is a good person, but seeing your brother is kind of like an eye opening, just like I saw my father, you know, seeing my dad drunk and just doing all these things with alcohol. I'm like, that opened my eyes, like I never want to touch alcohol.
Because you don't view them the same as they were before, you know. Like I remember my brother and I were really close, and alcohol got into his life, and
it
affected our whole family, you know.
It's tough, you know, because obviously you want that person the best, and I've met many people who alcoholics, and you know, I know it's a problem. Some people don't want to admit it, you know, and it sucks, and I just wish I wish them the best to the people that are struggling with anything, any addiction,
because it's not easy.
Well,
you have your and stuff like that.
That's part of life, though. Is there is addictions. People are addicted to certain things. It could be gambling. I'm guilty. Price pick sometimes. I chilled out, but
it's casino.
But you know, casino, gambling, sex, money, drugs, alcohol. I mean, you name it. People get addicted to things that make them weak. You know, and that's normal. Everyone
fill the void of what's
but
really going
everyone
on.
gets addicted. It can be addicted to TV shows, gaming, or I'm addicted to the Dodgers, which I think that's healthy. Okay,
I don't know.
A little bit because you know what, I calmed down because I used to get really mad, and I think that affected myself. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it affected some of, not bigly in a relationship, but when I was in a relationship and I used to get really mad at them, I would be mad at the person because of the Dodgers, and I didn't notice it, right? Because I was like, yeah, but I was pissed, and I would ruin that person's day. So even being addicted to the Dodgers, for me, actually ruined someone's day because I got mad at them. I would take it out on them because Dodgers lost. So, I know that's funny, but also I look back, I'm like, damn, like, okay, I got to chill on that, because a lot of sports fans out there, I'm sure they can relate to
that guy.
Yeah, that guy. I don't know his name, man, but
I forgot.
he gets pissed. Something, but he gets pissed. Same thing with being addicted to games. Baseball, man. I really had to chill on that, because I would be getting mad at my family, take it on my family, and I'm like, hey, what the heck? Like, it's just a baseball. No, for me it's more. For me it was like, no, it's more to me, because I was so, and I'm passionate about baseball, and I still am, but I've learned to kind of, when they lose now, and I've learned to chill because I don't want to take that out on someone, and that's just an example of kind of. Yeah, everyone's kind of addicted to something, whether you like it or not. I think we all are. And if you're not, awesome. But for the most part, majority of people, they could be addicted to something. People don't want to admit it, but I'm admitting it. I don't know if I was addicted to the Dodgers, but it was kind of that.
If you were getting mad at someone for it, I'm pretty sure. Like,
I would watch 162 games, including playoffs and all that. So for sure, it's a little bit of addiction. I would miss certain events just to watch the game. Let's just say that. So, and I'm sure people can relate to me out there. I hope, because if not, I'm a bit embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and it all comes to just what life is about. Life's about struggles, really.
You're gonna have your ups and downs, or things you like, things you don't like.
Yeah,
but everyone's different.
At the end of the day, just life is about struggles, happiness, grief, just pressure, stress. And really, that's what life is about, But the most important thing is making it count. Like you said, those little days, those little moments, those moments where you feel like everything's okay. That's the stuff you have to hold on to.
And it's okay not to have it figured out. It's okay to,
because everyone's struggling, man. Things. Everyone's struggling. Just be real here. Anyone watching this show, man, I just want to. Everyone's struggling. You are. I am. My mom, my brother, my cousins, friends, families, but just want to shout out to everyone, man. Keep hustling. Whatever you guys are going through right now, man, keep your head up. It's gonna get better, and just keep a positive mindset, man. Appreciate what you have right now. Look around you right now. Appreciate that moment you have right now. Because that's all you can do is for the next day, is to carry that momentum and be grateful for what you have. A lot of people might not have a house. A lot of people don't walk. A lot of people can't do things. And you know what? We can complain about we want more, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful to go back home today. Even might be the biggest house. I'm grateful to have a house.
Unless you have a roof over your shoulder. At least you have food. Your family too.
Family, I know some people might lose family. Some people might have losses, and I'm sorry for you guys' losses. But the people who are still around you, appreciate that. I work a job where, people die all the time on me. Obviously, it's hospice, and, they're always passing. So what I always tell families, it's like, appreciate what you have around you right now, and everyone's together as a group. And I know it's tough losing someone. That's just part of life, though. I think that's life.
And everyone is going to lose someone every single day. Like, even going to because I work in the medication delivery job, and just like them, just sitting there, and they're appreciating even their loved ones, even though they're
because I mean, you're taking the medication, and it's like, I'm sure some of the medication is some heavy doses, so it's just those things that people might not see if you work in the medical field. But what I see is like constantly people passing away, constantly. For me, that's like, that opens up my eye. And they always tell me, like, I go in there and I give them advice, and I always tell them, like, hey, man, that's just the goal, is to help others. So that's just out to everyone, man. Just, keep your head up and keep trying. And that's all you can do. Like, really, there's nothing you can tell someone. It's just yourself who has to get out of it. But you guys have to understand is, we're here, we're born, we live, and we die. But through that process, make your life count. You're going to lose people. That's how it goes. You're going to see people walk away out of your life. That's how it goes. You're going to be in debt. That's how it goes. You know, you're going to be sometimes feeling good, sometimes feeling sad, but just be grateful for what you have. And I know sometimes someone might be going through something hard right now. We all are, you know, but
life's not perfect.
Life's not perfect. We're all struggling, but what I can say is if I can do it, you know, my life is not perfect, but I am so grateful for what I have, man. And you should be grateful as well, too. I know you are for your family.
Yeah, always.
Everything you have. So, you know, just carry that momentum of just like how we're doing this now is to like help others and kind of whoever listens to this and kind of make them feel a certain way. That's the goal in my life is to make people feel a certain way through a video. I've always said it. Doing a reel, doing a podcast, I just want to make someone feel a certain way through it, through a lens.
This is something that someone needs to hear today.
Because a lot of people don't want to speak up, but they're scared to say something because they're embarrassed to be on camera or scared or whatever. Screw all that. I want someone to, and I'm not trying to save a life, but if this can potentially, you can hear something and potentially lead to, damn, like that as an eye opener, that's the goal in my life. Before I die, and you know, everyone watches my podcast and anything like that, I just want you guys to remember and watch this second episode. I want to just do this, you know, if I ever die, people just know I just wanted to help. That's it. I just want to help, and I want people to grow and be the best versions of themselves before they pass away. And that's really what I think life is really about, is to just, like I said, help others and be there for others and be a good person and do good deeds every day. And I think life will be okay. Through the process, you're going to lose people and
you're gonna have those bad days. Everyone has a bad day, you know, but as long as you keep moving forward and everything, it's not a bad life, it's a bad day.
I mean, it's just the reality is just it's a good life. It's gonna be a bad life. It's gonna be tough, but I just want people to know, like, you just got to keep on moving forward. And that's really it, you know. Like, you know, when you have those deep talks with friends sometimes and like at the beach or just sitting
taking
there,
taking
a walk, you just have some deep moments, right? I want to relate that to having a podcast with people or anyone's on my show. It's like those deep talks you would have when no one's, because really, unless you don't put a camera in it, it didn't happen, right? Unfortunately, something cool happens in your life and you don't record it. No one's going to know. No one's going to believe you, right? But those deep talks you had with friends, families, you know, those moments are like, damn, that was deep, man. And it's just different this time because now we're recording, putting it out. Those deep talks you have with someone, it's like, just put the camera. Maybe one time put the camera with when you're talking to someone or together. Make that into a podcast.
Because you literally have those moments every single day. Those deep talks with your families that you go to. Like, they appreciate you all the time that you go.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had the most deepest talks with families, and to the point where it's some serious stuff. You know, they like serious stuff. I'm like, wow, like I wish they could be on that podcast to make people know what the reality of life is. It's a cycle of life of you're born and you're gonna die. You know, I've met couples who are together for 65 years and then their husband dies. How do you even go? How do you recover from that? And I'm just gonna go ahead with my day and go eat a bowl of lunch while he's grieving. Like, it sucks. Everyone is going through something hard, but someone has it worse than you. Think about that. Like, I can be complaining about, oh shoot, I forgot my sriracha sauce, I'm so mad. But then someone just lost their loved one or a wife or husband, and I'm over here mad about that. You
can't get mad at little things like that.
You gotta sit back and be like, you know what? There's bigger things in life to worry about, and to actually that matters than that. Little small things you can't get mad over, because people out there are actually struggling more than you think. And like I said, that's when it comes to everyone watching this show. Help someone. Help them. If they're struggling, help them.
Even if you're not having the best day, like, you can always encourage someone.
I don't have the best days doing my job, but I help them. And they know that, and they give me a hug, and I go home, and that touches my heart, man. Every single day I work my job, and I go home. And shout out to all the nurses, doctors, firefighters, all those people who are taking care of people, man. Caregivers, shout out to caregivers especially. Their hard work. You know, people who do something important. Everyone's job is important, but, you know, dealing with hospice and medical stuff, you see some stuff. And just know, guys, it's the message of this podcast is just people are going through worse things. That even I work today, actually. I delivered to patients, and this lady gave me a hug. She cried, and I told her a story of my life, and that touched her heart. It's just those little things that makes something counts for people. And I think that everyone should take that into consideration with their lives. You know, is there like a goal you would want to hit? Like, would you want to like help
I would want to motivate others too.
Motivate others. Like,
Yeah,
I know on
I
the last
wanna help
podcast you
people.
said you would want to pick up dogs from the streets. I mean, that's awesome, right?
Mhm.
Who wouldn't?
Mhm.
But as for like real life stuff, like your goal, want to motivate others.
Yeah,
You know,
I
would that
would
be
want
to
to.
like tell them to not give up? Because you have challenges in your life. You know, weight loss is a big one. I don't know how people understand, but someone who almost a lot of overweight now,
Yeah.
obviously you're here now and you have work to do still, but even that, man, is a testimony to when you do get to your goal, you can motivate others, because it's hard, because we know how it is to go to the gym, work 12 hours, go to the wake up, go to the gym in the morning. Like, it's hard. It's the reality of life.
And some other people are having the same.
And some people are having the same
things.
issues, man.
Yeah.
Even right now, me too. I
Mhm.
struggle to go to the gym because I'm so busy with work, podcast, edits. But I gotta make time, man. I gotta do it. But there's more to that, because then there's family stuff, family personal stuff. It's hard,
Mm-hmm.
and people out there can relate to that.
Yeah.
Because it's not an excuse I'm trying to put in, but some people have a better life than others, respectfully. And some people don't have that life they have. And, for you, it's your weight loss. It could be, I've always told you this, whenever you hit your goal, you should definitely be someone to motivate.
Yeah.
Show them pictures.
I want to. It's something I've always wanted to since starting this journey. Obviously.
Hey, well, next time you're on this podcast, in the future, you'll be at your goal and people will notice, and everyone's going to congratulate her, because she's put in a lot of work, and the people who have put in work, congrats. Keep pushing.
You can do it.
You can do it. And when next time she'll be on the show, next time, she'll definitely gonna be at her goal, and she's gonna have she's gonna motivate people, because you know what it takes, and then, like I said, that's just part of life.
Mm-hmm. And even though I don't have it figured out yet, like, I'm still going through it, I'm still gonna, and I know I can get there. It's just it's gonna take time, but it's gonna happen. Just can't give up. Can't give up ever.
So, that being said, guys, I mean, today's message was just, what is life, man? And life is just, like I said, enjoy it. It's really simple. People always say, oh, life this, life that. Why is it so hard? For me, live good, be healthy, enjoy food with good people, surround yourself with people to motivate you, to value you, respect you, enjoy your time with the ones who are here now. And I think, like, it's really, like I said, it's simple, enjoy the good times with people, be healthy, eat some good food, and enjoy it. Enjoy life, do what you can at your fullest, and shoot, just do it. Just, you want to make a vacation,
do it for you.
Go drive, go take a plane, go book that ticket. If you can, just go ahead and do something, because life is short, man, and make it count, right? And, that's just really the message of today's podcast, is make it count. Don't take it for granted. Trust me, man, life flies by so fast, to the point where you're going to regret not doing some things in life. And for me, the goal is to not regret anything. With everything I do it on my fullest.
And it's okay to regret from the past, but as long as you heal from it and keep going,
Yeah, don't get stuck in the past, guys.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do. Get over it, move on, keep going, heal, and keep pushing forward. That's really it. And like I said, life is about simple stuff.
Little things matter.
Like, a lot of times we forget to be grateful, but just be grateful to breathe and have some water, have a cup of coffee, and just to even move your hands, man, because a lot of people can't do those things. Don't take it for granted, man. If you are healthy, make it count. If you can do something with yourself, make it count. And I think that's what life's about. And that's really it as far as what I think, what life is. And
I agree.
I am grateful for what I have, and I take nothing for granted. Every day I wake up super blessed, but yeah, that being said, I think we're gonna wrap this up and just call it a day here. Anyone watching this, appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, wherever you guys are at, I always say this: going to the gym, going to work, driving home. I don't know where you guys are going, but wherever you guys are listening to this, appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, man, let's just keep it going. Keep your head up. Yeah, I'm your host, Emmanuel, and this is
Victoria.
And till next time, guys, peace.